Let me get the mic. Honey, I got something to say. Ooh, I like that. Can you turn that up for me?
What's up? It's your girl, Maj, and welcome to season 2 of Ask Maj, the podcast, where I am spilling all the real tea. Welcome to season 2. As you can see, I am so excited. Y'all. Welcome to season 2. Season 2 is finally here. No more waiting, honey. No more wondering when this new season is coming. It is here. I'm so excited. So excited to finally launch season 2 of Ask Maj, the podcast. Took me long enough, right? I feel like all the P-Valley fans, right? Because I feel like they took forever to come back with their second season, and we were just waiting. And at some point, it was just like, girl, we don't even care no more because y'all took forever. But we're here now, and I know y'all still care. And thank you for rocking with me for this long. Thank you so much for your patience. As I just upgraded and improved content for you all, I can't just put anything out, good things take time, right? Right. So here we are. What's the quote? Never late. No. Better late than never. And we are here. I am here. I'm so excited. So excited. It feels so good to just be back in this space and to be recording again. Wow, like when I'm recording, I feel like I'm in my element. Like this is my thing. Everybody has a thing, and this is my thing. Just so excited, y'all. I did my makeup for this. I got dressed. I said, we launching season 2. Bet. Let me get cute for y'all, for those who are watching. And of course, I'm bringing all the energy for those who are listening. But again, super excited. For those of you who are new here, welcome to Ask Maj, the podcast with your host, yours truly. This is an outlet where I discuss lifestyle, pop culture, and social trends with a splash of Black girl magic. And to all my supporters who ain't new to this, y'all true to this, welcome back. And again, thank you so much for rocking with me thus far. I'm so appreciative of all of you who have listened, who are listening now, who are tuned in to season 2 and all that I have in store. In that same spirit, make sure that you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, leave a review if you're feeling it, and tell a friend to tell a friend about Ask Maj, the podcast. Y'all, I have so many exciting things to catch you up on, so many life updates to share with you. And of course, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, I finally got my studio set up, my neon sign, in my green grass background. I thought it was so fitting for me personally and for the podcast branding. But I'm so proud of it. I am so proud of it. I'm so proud of how far I've come with this thing. And I'm so proud of myself for not giving up. But we'll get to that in a second. And we'll get to the Maj moment in a second too. I got some good stuff for y'all. That's one of my favorite parts of the podcast is, being able to inspire and be transparent about, the things that are happening in my life with the hopes to inspire you. So we'll get to that in a second. But I wanted to kind of talk about a little bit about some of the upgrades and improvements that I've done with the Ask Maj podcast, because you guys have been rocking with me for a while. And for those, like I said, who are new here, you'll get to learn about, Ask Maj podcast and where I plan on taking it. Okay, so really quick, right after season 1 ended, I sent out a survey, it was a while ago, and asked you guys to give me some feedback about the podcast. What you wanted to hear, what new content you'd like to hear and see, guest topics, like all those good things. And, I really wanted to use that, like I said, to kind of improve and upgrade my content and my podcast, to keep your attention, right? And to keep you excited. And so let me say, I am so grateful. Thank you for those who did take the time to fill out the survey and give me some feedback. It does not go unnoticed, and that feedback is really valuable for me, like I said, to improve and upgrade the podcast. So thank you. And your feedback really helped to influence a lot of these changes I made to the structure, to the content, and all that good stuff. So like I said, I just want to better serve you. I want to give you content that you can enjoy. So yes, and please continue to provide feedback. Of course, I'll do another survey at the end of this season. But if you do have feedback, on ways that I can improve the show, or you just want to, tell me how much you love the show, please feel free to DM me at Ask Maja Podcast, or leave a review, wherever you listen to podcasts. And again, thank y'all so much for that. So yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about the structure. I won't spend too much time here. But I just wanted to tell you about some of the changes that I'm making to kind of the structure, and it'll pretty much stay the same. But of course, I'll always open the episode with a Maj moment. Like I said before, that's one of my favorite parts of the podcast. That's one of my favorite segments of the podcast is the Maj moment. And again, for those of you who are new here, the Maj moment is where I share some sort of story that happened to me and kind of give advice to kick off the episode. So that'll be your Maj moment. And then we'll kick off after the Maj moment and go into a shout out for a small Black-owned business. And this was important for me, and a lot of you provided feedback about this as well, about learning about Black businesses. And so, I'm all about Black people, all about Black women. Like, I am an advocate for that. And so I really want to, shed light on, us, right? Like people who are really, really grinding, starting businesses and flourishing. So I'll do a small Black-owned business shout out. So again, if that's something that you're interested in, if you have a small Black-owned business that you'd like to be, recognized on the show, please DM me at Ask Maj the podcast, and I will definitely highlight you on the show. And then we'll kick off with Poppin' Topics. So this replaced Celebrity. This is one of the segments that I had in season 1. And I kind of took this from my own mindset, I guess, and I took this from some of the feedback that you all gave me. And I think that you all enjoy, from what I got from the feedback, you enjoy I guess celebrity news, but a little bit, it's more content that's more impactful. And so, we'll talk about Poppin' Topics, things that impact us, things that are happening in the news. I'll throw in some stuff about celebrities too, because I love pop culture. But we'll talk about lifestyle, we'll talk about pop culture, we'll talk about things that are happening that may be going viral. We'll talk about social trends, we'll talk about social media, we'll talk a little bit about everything. But the main goal is to be able to talk about things that you can relate to, right? And so that's what Poppin' Topics is. I'll keep my woo chow moment. And that's, where I talk about some sort of situation or a person that had the audacity. So that's really fun. We'll get into some new music, and all of this will kind of fall under Poppin' Topics. So I'm really excited to share those with you too. And I'm sure those topics with you, and I'm sure that you'll be able to relate. And then of course, I know this is some of y'all's favorite segment of the podcast, with Shine Black Girl Shine. And this is where I'll highlight influential Black women who are making an impact in their community. That will remain the same. That's another one of my favorite segments because, again, I'm a huge advocate of Black women. And I want to keep it that way. Like, my goal is to use my voice, to use my platform to continue to highlight, all the amazing things, that Black women are doing, highlight trailblazers and influencers and leaders who are women. And so, I will keep that segment. And then lastly, the whole reason I started my podcast was, to give advice, to give inspiration. So we'll close it out with the Ask Maj segment. And this is where, if you just need advice, I can answer any questions that you may have about anything on the show. So yeah, if you have questions, if there's something that you'd like to ask me and you want it answered on the show, again, please shoot me a DM at Ask Maj the podcast, and I will get back to you and answer it on the show. And we can keep it anonymous if you like, or I can say your name, totally up to you. But yeah, so that is the new structure of the show. And like I said, most of it stayed the same, but I mentioned this on the last season, and I don't know what episode it was, but just about being more intentional and impactful with my content, right? So I want it to be fun, I want it to be engaging, relevant, dynamic, impactful, like all those good things. So just a few upgrades, a few changes here and there. Oh, and I forgot to mention interviews. So when I do interviews, the episode will focus solely on the interview. And let me say it loud and clear, y'all listen real good. I plan to keep the shows between 30 to 45 minutes. And this was some of the feedback I got. Like, I don't want my shows to be too long, and I don't want them to be too short. Just enough to get the point across, right? And to keep your attention and keep you wanting more, because I need y'all to come back and listen to the episodes and hit the subscribe button and tell a friend about Ask Watch Podcast, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna keep the episodes between 30 to 45 minutes. I think that's, great time, and whatever time you're listening to it, whether you're on the road in the morning, headed to work, or you're at home making breakfast or making lunch or dinner, like whatever it is on the weekends, it's not taking up too much of your time, but giving you just enough of a dose of Maj for your day. So yeah. Oh, and let me make this very clear, okay? For the first season, honey, I did like 40 episodes. That is not happening again. Baby, we're not doing that again. This ain't that. This is not that. Y'all are getting 10 to 12 episodes out of me. But anyway, I did, I did a lot of research, on a lot of my favorite hosts, media personalities, podcasts, all those good things. And a lot of them tend to keep it within 10 to 12 episodes, maybe 10 to 15, and then they'll take a season off and then come back and do the same thing. So that's what I plan on doing. I don't want to overwhelm myself, and I don't want to overwhelm you all with content either. And so I think this will be a good way to keep this popping, to keep the content fresh, relevant, engaging, and all those good things. And like I said, I don't want to be overwhelmed, because when I'm overwhelmed, I can't deliver with 100, right? So 10 to 12 episodes, maybe a bonus episode. But yeah, I definitely plan to keep it within 10 to 12 episodes. So it's, not doing too much. And like I said, this is how I can keep the content fresh. And y'all don't have to wait years for me to bring back another season. So this is my way of allowing myself to be consistent, in my content throughout this process. So that's a new structure, and I'm hoping that you all will enjoy, as we move forward throughout the season. But yes, for today's episode, I would just do a Maj moment, and kind of give you all some life updates and a preview of what season 2 will sound and look like. So jumping into the Maj moment, and I talked about this a little bit in the beginning, but when I ended my first season, I was a bit discouraged. Because I didn't know where I wanted to go. I didn't know the direction I wanted to go in. And as time just went on and on and on, time moved so fast. I mean, oh my gosh, I feel like we were just celebrating New Year's yesterday. But as time went on, I felt even more discouraged because I guess there was this sense of feeling lost. Or like I felt like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to start this thing back up. And like I said, as time went on, I became more discouraged because I felt like, dang, time is going on and on and on. No one's gonna care. Like I said in the beginning, like P-Valley, people are gonna forget, and then I even feared like not starting it back up at all, like if I got into a funk and I didn't want to start this back up at all. And, this is my passion, like this is my thing. And so I got really discouraged. And so even when it did come time for me to start, planning things out, like I said, setting up my studio, I waited, I kept pushing it back, and I was waiting and kept pushing it back and waiting, like, oh, I'll start this day. Oh, I'll start this day. Oh, I'll start this day. And I think I just was overthinking it. I think I was overwhelmed. I was overthinking it, and I'm a perfectionist, right? So I want everything to be perfect. Like I want to put out, perfect quality things. And I had to realize like, that's just not possible. I can put out high quality content, but perfect content is not possible. And so, I think one day I had to, just kind of pull myself out of that funk and decide that I'm going to start it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to launch season 2, and we'll just see how it goes. Like, I'm going to do my best, to put out the best content that I possibly can, to promo and market this the best way that I can. And we're just going to do it. So it's kind of like, I'll just pick a launch date, we'll get these interviews recorded, we'll get this first episode recorded, and we'll put it out there and kind of see what happens. And so that's what I did. And so I want to share that I guess the Maj moment of the day. Stop waiting for things to be perfect to start, right? Sometimes you have to know what works, sometimes you have to start to know what works and what doesn't. And that's what I had to learn, right? That's what I had to learn throughout this process. It's never going to be perfect. And if you keep waiting for it to be perfect, you're never going to start. There's this quote that I always see on Instagram, and it's like, if you're waiting for all your ducks to be in a row to cross the street, you'll never cross the street. And so, yeah, that's how I feel. And so I think sometimes you just got to gather what you have and go for it. You just got to gather what you have and go for it. And, I always tell people that all you have is all you need. Use what you have. Use what you have. That is all you need to be successful where you are. And so that was something I just had to encourage myself with, is that, stop waiting for things to be perfect. Girl, get this content together, record these interviews and put it out there. And I think I'm so grateful and so thankful for my supporters, because you guys have been rocking with me, for this long. And for those who are listening today, like, thank you. I know it took so long and I've been in this funk, about my podcast, but I'm so grateful that we're here and you're here. I'm here and you're here. And so, yeah, I would say that's the Maj moment for today. Stop waiting for things to be perfect to start. Sometimes you have to start to know what works and what doesn't. So I hope that encourages you. And, for those of you who are thinking about starting something, whether it be a YouTube, a podcast, a business, like, I don't know what y'all do, but whatever it is, whatever you're passionate about, that you are, just, I guess, contemplating starting, honey, stop worrying about whether or not it's going to be perfect. Start it, figure it out from there, and then, make those upgrades, those changes, and those improvements. Like, I think the best way to try, the best way, like I said, to figure out what you can do better is to try. So yeah, that's the Maj moment of the day. And like I said, I hope that encourages somebody to get up and start today. Okay, so let's jump into some life updates, because I'm so excited to share what the heck has been going on in my life throughout 2021. And so if we can go back down memory lane, I ended the season in 2021 in January. I believe the date was January 29th. And so many of you submitted videos telling me what you love about Ask Maja podcast. And oh my God, I am not a mushy person, but that made me so emotional, and that's what I aired as my season finale, was just listening to you all tell me what you love about Ask Maja podcast. And if I can go back to what I just said about Maj moment, like, those things are what keep me going. Hearing what you love about Ask Maja podcast, how much you love Ask Maja podcast, lets me know, like, okay, I gotta keep going. Like, it's not just me here, like, people are counting on me. And so I'm so grateful. Thank you to everybody who submitted a video for the season finale telling me what you like about Ask Maja podcast, or what your favorite moment is, or so on and so forth. And for those of you who wanted to submit a video but didn't get a chance, thank you just for the thought, just for thinking of me. I still love y'all, and I know y'all love me. So thank you. But yeah, so after, I ended the season in January in 2021. I can't believe it's 2022. Like, that is so wild, just thinking about where we are in time. I mean, wow. Okay. So I did some rebranding, and I went back and forth with my podcast so much because I was in that perfectionist mindset, but it's okay. But anyway, I did some rebranding, which I love. I'm so satisfied with. So I got a new logo, if you guys have not noticed. And I got some new graphics, so you will see those coming soon. I did a really bomb photo shoot. So those photos to promote the podcast is a fresh photo shoot. And let me give a few shout outs for my logo and graphics. Shout out to Tay Sweezy. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Yes. His company is called Prolific Designs. And so he does a lot of my, when I'm not on Canva, he does a lot of my graphic design and stuff for the podcast. So he is so awesome. So shout out to him. Shout out to my photographer, Javon Roy. His business is JPR Create, and I'll definitely be shouting them out in a later small Black-owned business shout out segment of the show. in future episodes. But yeah, shout out to Javon Roy. Okay, I can't talk. Shout out to Javon Roy, who's the CEO, founder of JPR Create. He does all my photo shoots and he is bomb.com. So yeah, new logo, new branding, new graphics, promo photo shoot. I spent a lot of time planning, y'all. I had a year and some change to do it. So I spent a lot of time planning. Again, I got my sign set up, my cute studio set up, and I really love it. Like I really love it. I feel really confident about it. So yeah, that's the podcast. And I'm not sure if I ever mentioned this on the podcast. I have not gone back and listened to season 1. I will one of these days, but I have set out to compete in the Miss Black USA national pageant. So in October, I went out for Miss Black Virginia because you have to be a state title holder before you can win the pageant. And so I was fortunate enough to become Miss Black Virginia. And so that was a really great experience for me. And during that time, so I was elected in October of October 2020. I announced in, I believe, February or March of 2021. And from that year, from January, from when my podcast ended, the first season ended, I was prepping for the Nationals pageant in August. So the Nationals pageant to become Miss Black USA was in August of 2021. And so I was going hard. And, that was another reason why I kind of set my podcast to the side, because I had so many other things going on. And I really wanted to be able to give 100% to this. And so I was prepping. I had a pageant coach. Well, I had 2 pageant coaches, one virtual, one in person. So shout out to Ocelia. She was my virtual pageant coach. And then shout out to Dorian Choi, who was my in-person pageant coach. And those 2 helped me tremendously. But anyway, August came around and y'all, I won Miss Black USA. For those of you who have not kept up with my journey or did not know that, I did win Miss Black USA. So I have been living out my reign as Miss Black USA, traveling, hosting, speaking, giving back. I've gotten to do so many things. I've gotten to work with Revolt. I got to work with Fox Soul, and there's a show on Fox Soul called Cocktails with Queens. It's with Claudia Jordan, Lisa Ray, Vivica Fox, and Selena Johnson. So I got to work with them. I got to work with Reverend Al Sharpton and his nonprofit called the National Action Network. So yeah, I've been doing it up, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a truly, truly, truly amazing, just incredible, awe-inspiring experience for me. And so yes, I am getting ready to give my crown away in August. What month is this? June. Okay, I'm getting ready to give my crown away in August, and transition into a new life after Miss Black USA. And I got some more exciting things coming up that I'll share at a later time. But yeah, so that happened in August of 2021. And I should have said this first, but in June 2021, I crossed AKA, which has been a dream of mine to be a member of the illustrious Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And on June 13th, 2021, that dream came true. And my anniversary is coming up. So I will have been in the organization for 1 year, June 13th. So that is exciting. And I have a lot of exciting things planned for that day. So yeah, I've just been doing it up, working. Like I said, traveling, hosting, speaking, giving back. It's been a wonderful experience. So many things happening. But now that things are starting to kind of slow down, I was able to really get back into my podcast, planning and, thinking about the launch and the content and all those good things, and upgrading, improving, changing, all those good things. And so again, it's so exciting to be back in this space, be back in my element. Like, I feel so good. Yes, I feel so good. Oh, and I forgot to mention during my reign as Miss Black USA and Miss Black Virginia, I implemented a women's leadership series. It's a virtual women's leadership series called Women in the Network. So N stands for In the Network event series. So Women in event series. And so the first time I did it, when I was Miss Black Virginia, I did it over the course of 4 months. So I had 4 events over the course of 4 months. And as Miss Black USA, I brought it back because I have an elevated platform. And I did it over the course of a week, kind of like a conference. But anyway, Women in the Network event series is a week-long panel event series. that aims to help young women discover and navigate their career passions through dynamic panel sessions with women leaders from various industries. And so I did 4 events this year. And I did 4 events last year, but this year I did 4 events: women in media and journalism, women in real estate, women in politics, and women in law. And it was dynamic. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. So amazing. So amazing. But yeah, so that was a time, and it's just been incredible, the things I've gotten to do and experience as Miss Black USA and as an AKA. I mean, it's just been, Lord knows I couldn't imagine. You know, there's a scripture that says, like, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, you know, all that God has planned for you. And it's these things like this that prove that every time, you know. Wow. Like, he just continues to wow. I mean, I'm so grateful. And I don't know, I have so many shout outs. I'm not going to do too many shout outs, but just shout out to everybody who has been supporting me. Shout out to my line sisters. Shout out to my sponsors and my mentors in the AKA chapter. Romeo Omega chapter in Washington, DC is the chapter that I am a part of. And it's just been an incredible journey. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, what else? I finally launched my website. So I improved, upgraded, did a whole new website. And it's finally launched, and I'm so proud of it. So excited for you all to go and check it out. I worked so hard. I worked with the designer, so we kind of worked back and forth to get the website together and ready for launch. And I am so proud of it. It's myjagary.com. And so you'll be able to find, okay, let me read what I wrote on here, because this is a lot better. Okay, launch the website. Oh, and we got merch. I got podcast merch. Yes. Okay, so this new site offers a new and improved look and feel, and will keep you up to date with all the latest happenings. MyJagary.com is the go-to for all my work and latest projects, upcoming events, and speaking engagements, and new Ask Maj podcast episodes. Here, you can also inquire about booking me for hosting or speaking opportunities. So that's the site, and I got podcast merch. Okay. I'm dancing for y'all. For those of you who are listening, I was dancing. But anyway, okay, yes. So y'all go get some merch. Okay, get your podcast merch. I'm so excited about that. So proud of myself with this new website. So excited for y'all to cop some merch, baby. You know what? I probably should have wore my t-shirt. One of my t-shirts. It's all good though. It's okay. There'll be more opportunities, more episodes that I can wear my t-shirt. Okay, yes. So I think that's it. I think I shared all of my major life updates. I could go on and on. But I think that's it. Like I said, I got a few things cooking up for once my reign is over. But I'll wait to share those as that time gets a little closer. Okay, so really quick, I just want to kind of give you a preview into what season 2 will look and sound like. And like I said before, you know, I really want to be more intentional about my content. I want it to be fun. I want it to be relevant, engaging, impactful, energetic. I need it to be contagious. You know, that Maja spice. Like, I need that to be contagious. Like, I need you to feel it. I need you to tell a friend about Ask Maja podcast. Like, that's how I need you to feel when you're done listening to the show. But anyway, this season, you will get a mix of solo episodes and engaging interviews. I'll be touching on a lot of various topics and trends, and you'll get to hear from young professionals who have businesses, who are chasing their dreams and making a difference while doing so. And again, this was something that you all shared in the feedback from the survey that I put out after the first season. So I got you. Like, I hear you and I got you. And I can promise you that this season will be a lot better than last season, because the only place we can go is up. So yes, I am so excited to share my new content with you, share this space with you. And I pray that you enjoy season 2. So next week, we got Miss Ashley Williams. I sat down with Miss Ashley Williams, who was cast on Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls dance show. And she'll be on talking about her experience on the show, what it was like working with Lizzo, and her passion for dance. So make sure y'all tune in to next week's episodes, and I will continue to drop on Wednesdays, because on Wednesdays we listen to Ask Maja podcast. Remember, go get you an Ask Maja podcast shirt and support a Black-owned business, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and tell a friend about Ask Maja podcast. Season 2 is here, honey. Season 2 is here. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. I'm out. I will catch y'all on the next episode. Peace out.